Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what kind of week you're going to have. Let's get into it. I'm going to post the North Node videos below in the playlist. I have a North Node playlist. Go check those videos out. All of these videos are timeless. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back, Sagittarius. All right, we are closing out this cycle, finishing out strong. Everything that you need to know to close out this in getting ready for spring. For some people, it's their actual new year. For some people's actual new year. You got all the information that you need to know. For real. Like you got all, we're no longer in the year 8. That's a karmic number. We are in the year 9. You're trying to create something new and exciting for yourselves, like travel, meeting new people, joining new groups, and you got all the information you need to know. We had a full moon in Cancer in January. We had a full moon in Leo in February, right? Cancer and Leos are the only signs that are not ruled by planets. They're ruled by luminaries. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So everything you need to know about what nurtures your spirit when you go into hermit mode, and who feels some kind of way about you going into hermit mode and taking some time for yourself, all of that has been exposed. Right? Everything has been working together to make sure you get to your North Node, to really make sure you get to your North Node. Right? North Node is 10th house, right? Where you can add some structure and authority to some things, right? Mars was even retrograde. Mars is the total recall. So you started recalling whenever you wanted to get some time to yourselves. Who started throwing a fit? You got all the information you need. So if you are still going along with the people's flow, is letting them control your actions when you want some time and peace to yourself. Sources like you're throwing yourself into their next year 8 years of karma. You're gonna be throwing yourself into their next 8 years of karma. So, and this full moon that we had in Leo is like somebody's motivation and your confidence level increase. So you may want to start doing little things a little extra, white and wearing brighter colors, and kind of testing out something new that just built your confidence level, that also exposed people around you and how they felt about, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that, you too old, you don't have the right body shape for that. Just no positive nothing anywhere. Source is cleaning house. Okay, source is cleaning house, Sagittarius. Let's get into it. Or if you want to go back to school at a certain age, you're too old to go back to school, and will work harder to stop you from going back to school or wearing certain things or looking a certain way because your confidence level is boosting. They gotta go. They gotta go. Clean house. Let's go. I'm gonna help y'all close out this cycle, finish strong. I'm a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. I'm telling you, these karmics have an issue with themselves. They have unresolved stuff within them, so they don't want to do the shadow work. So here you come, more confident, talking about traveling, big ideas, big dreams. You seeing things from a higher frequency, investing in yourself, and all they trying to do is drag you back down. They don't want you to get to the 10th house North Node until they are confident enough. Nope. Time to go. Time to go. So you are a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. So let's get some good news out here for you all, Sagittarius. Some good news, and make sure I'm not giving you advice in my readings. I'm just reading the cards upright and in reverse. Just make sure you do not go back to these karmic cycles of I gotta just go with their flow and try to wait till they get themselves together. Nope. You are ruled by the largest planet, Jupiter, the planet of growth and opportunity. The same opportunities you took to grow yourself, they could have grown themselves too. So, gotta go. 3, 4, 6, skipping steps. Details are important. You're trying to move from your heart chakra, right? So you're trying to make connections here. So it's saying details are important. You are moving at a faster speed than most lately, and your angels are reminding you to make sure you aren't skipping any necessary steps. So circle back today to a recent situation and make absolutely sure that you did not miss any details or processes that could cause an issue later. You're trying to make connections and operate in the spirit of love that connects us with the heart chakra, which is the auric layer. I'm going to tell y'all how important energy is. Everything is energy, right? But the astral body connects us with the heart chakra, right? So right now, somebody is trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity, right? So the 3 in major arcana would be the Empress card. right? So you're trying to live a life that is aesthetically pleasing to you, a life that you love, and a life that you're pleased with. Venus is about to go retrograde. The 4 right here is about you adding structure and authority to your life. So you just can't just be going along with the program or wait until you get mad to just come out with the blowtorch. And 6 connects us with lovers. Lovers card is not just about romantic relationships. It's about partnerships where you feel like you are a partner in your relationships, where people don't look at you because of your gender, your socioeconomic status, or anything like that as less than or greater than. Not to put you in an egotistical space or put somebody less than or vice versa, right? So Source is saying don't skip out on any steps of the energies around. It's like literally you're an auditor of your own life, right? And so Source is saying sit down and be very meticulous about, are you attached to other people's karma? Are you attached to their karma? Are you throwing yourself into an 8-year karmic cycle with other energies who are too afraid to do the shadow work? The only clear answers you're going to get is through prayer. Source will use light workers, whether it's tarot card reading or the stranger in the grocery store or receipts on your food receipts or gas station receipts or numbers or whatever, to get clarity for you. That's why journaling is so important, right? Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. Sagittarius, let's do it. All right, let's get right into it. So you can break up these karmic cycles within yourself and saying, well, you know, I can connect with this person. I really love this person, or they family, or this and that, and you're tied into their karma. You want complete and total clarity. You want complete and total clarity that you are not aligning yourself with someone else's karma just because they are a loved one. Detach. You're not listening to any gossip about people, nothing. You're going into prayer. So Source, because Mars, the Tower card, is no longer retrograde. So you're going to get answers back faster than you thought. Yeah. You're a hardworking person and you're trying to align yourself with people who are also hardworking persons, but you're also working on your heart. You're working on your heart chakra. Heart chakra, like I said, spreads about 1 foot off the body. It's related to the heart chakra. It represents our feelings of peace, love, connection to others, and will reveal if we have grief or a hardened heart. When you're around people who have a hardened heart and it's hard for them to forgive and to operate from a spirit of love, it's like literally walking around carrying a knapsack of bricks on your back and talking about everybody else is slowing you down when you carrying all of this unforgiveness and hardened heart in your spirit and being connected to those people. Sources like those are karmics. They will drag you into their mess. They got an issue with everybody and they holding on to the end of time. And sources like, and you holding on to them is literally like you carrying that weight with them. Yeah. So sources in your meekest and your meekness, I see you detaching. So somebody is praying for your strength, that you really work on yourself, and then you need to stand and you can be praying for your strength, that you come out of survival mode, because for some people it's like you just work harder around them. Let me give somebody an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, for instance, you want to host a celebration at your house, right? But you got energies who have a hardened heart towards some of the people that love you and you love them, and you scared to even bring everybody together because you got some people with a hardened heart. They don't know how to act. They drink a couple of sips of liquid courage and you don't know where the whole celebration went left. Now it's a disaster. You got people running out of there, don't want to deal with it because they feel like you should have spoken up. It's just a mess. So Source is saying to you, you're working on yourself. You're praying for strength, and other people are aligning themselves with your prayers, right? To get rid of the confusion. To get rid of the confusion. So that when it's time for you to travel, like your ruling planet, you all love to travel. You all are the I philosophize sign. That's where your prayer life is increasing. You're trying to create more room for prayer and clarity for some things. So congratulations to you, so that everybody around you is operating from a heart space. Healed heart space. You're a magnet for harmony. So people don't have a problem with you, Sagittarius, believe it or not. They may have an issue with some of the energies around you, because they're still holding on to some kind of unresolved something going on. So it's not you that people have an issue with. People kind of wish you would speak up a little bit more, not when things just go awry and it's just everything is blown out of control. So it's just saying you're praying for strength to handle something with these karmics to detach. So yes, you can put the past behind you. There's a water sign that keeps bringing you down to a lower frequency. A water sign is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Keeps bringing you down to a lower frequency. Keeps throwing you to a state of confusion because they are dark magician energy. Whoever these energies are, they're dark magician energy. I speak very highly of all zodiac signs, but somebody has a water sign that you've been trying to work on yourself with them, but they somehow just won't let something go. They just won't. They keep, every time you talk to them, it just drags you down to a lower place. They don't want you to be friends with certain people. They don't want you around certain people that you love. They're trying to control a narrative. Source is saying you're doing the work on yourself. This is where Source is saying it's time for you to add structure and authority to something through your prayer life. And your prayer is going to be, because you're a prayer warrior, is thank you, Source, for an exodus strategy so I can put this behind me. Thank you for an exodus strategy. So somebody is saying something to somebody that's trying to make them feel confused and guilty about something. Somebody is trying to make somebody feel confused or guilty about something. And Source is saying this, but you are a magnet for harmonious and peaceful relationships. And they doing the same thing to a Capricorn somewhere. Somebody who's a Capricorn. A Capricorn actually rules the 10th house. And you've been trying to work on the Capricorn in you. In other words, Capricorn rules the 10th house. You've been trying to get to your 10th house. You've been trying, which is the North Node. I'm putting videos. I have a playlist for North Nodes. Under these videos, it's a playlist. Go watch the playlist for whatever your North Node is. Pull your birth chart. You don't need your time of birth for your birth chart, Sagittarius. Find out what your North Node is. Your MC, that's medium coli. That's, find out what your 10th house is, your MC, right? It's right on the cusp of 10th house, right? So it's just saying to you, you're trying to find out how to get to your true calling in life, and you got some energies that every time you talk to them, they just drag you down to a lower place, either because they are still connected to karmics, or there's something they haven't resolved in their spirit. So saying there's something around unforgiveness. Something around unforgiveness. They feel like people have betrayed them. It's like the whole world. Yeah. A grown person acted immaturely. So something you're not going back to. Something as far as a water sign you're not going back to. They're a grown person acting like a child. Like they just can't operate in the spirit of forgiveness. They don't want to do the shadow work, whoever it is. And so they're trying to pull you into some mess. But the good news is that someone who loves you deep, deep, deep gets it. They understand because they're already operating in North Node. So they are standing in agreement with whatever you're praying for. They don't even need to talk to you to find out what you're praying for. They just standing in agreement with your prayers because they already know what you're dealing with. Somebody is dealing with somebody who is a grown person, a grown adult that doesn't want to do the shadow work, that's trying to drag you into some mess when you are a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, and healed relationships. Yeah. They got pulled in some stuff for some money. They are doing something because money is involved. Trying to drag you into some mess. So 6 and 10 is 9. Yeah, they've been promised financial independence to drag you into some stuff when you are a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, and healed relationships. You're not in a spirit of unforgiveness. You're in the spirit of love. See, this right here is a higher chakra. This is heart chakra. So every time they're 1 foot off or less than your physical body, it drags you down to a lower frequency. So if they're physically around you or talking to you on the phone, it just drags you down to a lower frequency and to a state of confusion. It's like a never-ending black hole with them. They holding a grudge with people to the end of time. So yeah, just throwing a bunch of confusion, and it is because they were paid in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They are being paid, It could be a loved one that got some kind of a deal to get out of jail early. That's their payment. It could be a loved one who is physically getting money to be paid, some kind of a stipend or something. It could be somebody who is promised that less off of their time or whatever. If they drag you into some mess, sources say, but you are a magnet for this prayer warrior mode. That's what people are praying for, your strength. Like, oh my God, this spirit has been an issue for the longest time. Source, thank you for an exodus strategy. Thank you for an exodus strategy. They're in survival mode and they want everybody else to be dragged down in survival mode with them. So sources say, you're here, you are on the throne and you got people backing you. You got people backing you because they know they lie about people behind their back and they were paid to do it. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but you got to learn how to see things from a higher frequency. And that's the action that you're taking, is prayer. That is the action that you are taking. Thank you, Source, for an exodus strategy away from these energies that keep trying to drag me into some stuff that has no concern of mine. I'm a magnet for harmonious and peaceful relationships. Let the tower fall on them. That has nothing to do with you. They chose to take money for something. They're masking something else. They were paid to cause people to lose money and trying to drag you into some mess. Trying to drag you and somebody else into some mess. It looks like you and an Aries. They're trying to drag you and an Aries into something. The source is saying you got to see it from a higher frequency. If you're in the presence of an Aries, you and an Aries are together. So it's like y'all need to, if they're high vibrating Aries, y'all know what I'm saying. Someone who is structured and authoritative, not somebody who is disorganized, stern, and inflexible. That's a low vibrating Aries. They're trying to drag you and somebody into something that they are masking. They're a karmic. These two energies are karmics. They could have been in a karmic relationship and somebody is basically trying to use your the physical length of time you've known them over the length of time you've known someone else. And it's something else, it's something in this that's letting you know what is wrong with this energy. Why can't they get beyond something? This could literally be a family member who could be married to somebody else who still has an issue with their ex that you get along with very, very well. Or whatever, change it up or whatever. They're still holding on to something. And they receive some kind of payment in some way, shape, form, or fashion to drag you into something. Drag you into some kind of a lie around money and how people get their money. But this is what you and somebody have in common. Y'all are parents. That's what y'all have in common, that y'all are parents. And you're a very nurturing spirit. So you're not trying to ruin two people's legacy just because you got somebody in your midst that is trying to convince you and somebody else to drag somebody into some mess. That's what this is. And because they were sacrificed, they're not even appreciative of all the sacrifices that you made. This is somebody who is dealing with somebody who is very, very selfish. They don't care about all the sacrifices you and your ancestors made. They would drag you into some stuff because they got some unresolved issues with you, Sagittarius. Whoever this is, they got unresolved issues with you. They're jealous of somebody that you're connected with. Yeah. So because they feel like they're just this dark entity, when they look in the mirror, they want everybody around them to feel that way. Misery loves company. There it is. There it is. They could be in a whole marriage and still be hung up on an ex and trying to drag you into some stuff. You trying to see what you want to celebrate with you. Like I said, you're a magnet for harmonious and peaceful relationships. Yeah, so source is saying they connected with an organization. There's an organization behind all of this. You got to have like the deep visceral level of hatred for people. If you would get that many people involved in something coming after certain groups of energies. Yeah, so these are karmics who are really just, like it's like they just, like I said before, and trying to drag you into some mess. Prayer. You got other people who are praying with you to keep you out of some stuff so you can be inspired to travel and move on. And these energies like here will promise you, I'll make sure you go on trips and you're not bowing down to that energy. You're not bowing down to that energy. Yeah. So one of these energies you're not talking to and you won't be talking to anymore. They have some unresolved issues with just hanging on to something to the end of time. Here we have 21. So you're closing out. Something is closing out. It's already been fulfilled. It's already closed out. It's already closed out. It's already fulfilled. So that's what I'm saying for you all. Sources say when people are just that dead set on ruining people's money and creating lies and about how people make their money, trying to drag other people into it. Sources like that's immediately when you go into prayer, especially if you spend time around people and you know they're not making money a certain kind of way that people are claiming that they are. They're trying to cause people to lose money so that these energies can go back to the same energies. Let's say, for instance, that Aries, a dark Aries, is connected to an organization. That Aries is a dark Aries, because a light Aries would be the opposite of this. Because you could be in the presence of a light Aries. A light Aries is someone who is structured and authoritative. They're not backing down. They're not fearful or anything. But a dark Aries will put that same energy towards dark energy, with duality with everything, right? But let's say somebody that you know is dealing with an Aries who is basically, they want the tower to fall. They are obsessed with somebody's life falling apart because somebody left them. Let's say that. And they're tied to a bigger organization where there's money involved. And let's see if we can find out everybody this person dated, married to. Let's see if we can get to everybody and pay them something. Source is saying, listen, you're not getting involved in anything because, again, you don't serve two masters. You serve source inside of you. Here's the Knight of here's the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, these energies are ruthless. They are absolutely ruthless when they're going after and targeting somebody. So source is saying, no, that you're already free. You're already free. That's why you can already start traveling and taking trips. It's just heartbreaking that people want so bad to restrict people because they know they know who they see when they look in the mirror, when they decide to stop talking. When somebody stops talking to somebody because they talk to them like they're pure trash, a level of abuse, and they can't just beat them down to the next to a pulp, so they don't get to their 10th house. So it's just saying, you already know how that is. You already know what that feels like. So you already moved on from the disappointment. You're already free. You're already free. Nobody's sitting around waiting for somebody to treat them like trash. Who's doing that? So your soulmate awaits. You don't even want to be a part of it. Your soulmate awaits you. You're putting a manhole cover over the past. You're like, free. I don't have nothing to do with that. I can go ahead and pray. That's your weapon right there, prayer. You're breaking up with these karmics. They're karmics. Yeah, you won't be going back to that. 8 and 2 is 10. Minus 1 is 9. They know you're not coming back because you're on your throne in prayer mode. You don't want to be dragged into no mess, into a lie. You're sitting yourself right on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts. And it's heartbreaking that people would be that obsessed instead of them doing their own shadow work. I'm telling y'all, somebody's dealing with some energies. They got a little bit of money and total abuse of power, abuse of what they doing with it, trying to ruin people's life. They don't even know that the shift has already happened. The wealth of the wicked is being transferred to the just. They don't even see it. They too busy trying to stomp out everybody to try to prevent people from getting to their north node. 2 things already closed out. They don't even realize that destiny has already been swapped. They don't even realize it. That's the sad thing about it. So obsessed, they don't even realize that the destiny has already been swapped. That's the downside of wanting somebody else's life so bad, because all you see is the darkness of self. When you look in the mirror, you want to throw somebody into that dark mirror magic. That is why it's so important not to have these energies physically connected to your physical body or even talking on the phone with them. These energies don't want people to reach their north node. Because north node means that they'd have to face whatever it is when they look in the mirror, the Sagittarius, and do the shadow work. That is not easy to do your own shadow work. So yeah, remove yourself from the equation and let the tower fall. It's going to fall however it's going to fall. These energies really believe that they are other people's karma. They don't get to determine that. Source does. Their energy, the energy you send out to the universe determines that. So they don't even realize that the wealth transfer began a long time ago. It's just that we serve such a gracious source, creator. The source keeps giving these energies a time to operate in forgiveness. Like to invest in their heart space, invest in getting their lower chakras in alignment. That's why you have root here, you have sacral here, solar plexus chakra here, and that's why it's so heartbreaking, because they just cannot get to their heart space. They cannot they can't get their heart together. They still carrying around big bags of bricks of unforgiveness towards people, while other people are operating in the spirit of love. Hey, that relationship didn't work out. I wish that person the best, but woohoo, I'm doing good over here, even if it's them by themselves. Trying to drag you into some stuff when you're a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, and healed relationships. You don't be bothered with all of that mess. So yeah, you're one of a kind. From the moment you emerged into this world, you had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight animal voices and all things magical. Yeah, you'd rather have a dog or a cat that you know that sincerely loves you when you walk through that door than having to deal with certain energies. Because all they do is just drag you down to a lower emotion. So the key, all you do with ease and enthusiasm is the path to your goal. Actions are secondary. Make the energy within your primary focus. Do not underestimate little joys. That's right. Don't underestimate little joys. You hold the key. And your key, I'm telling y'all, is Source is trying to enlarge your territory in ways that you all never even imagined. But your answer is prayer warrior mode. Thank you, Source, for giving me an exodus strategy away from these energies that every time I talk to them, around them, have to interact with them in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I feel like my energy level has just been sucked out of me. The energy vampire. So don't hide. Yeah. So dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. Yep. So wild and wonderful. Why focus on limitations and realism? Breakthroughs and miracles require no linear explanation or method. Unexplainable but illogical magic happens every single day. Participate. Do not confuse intention with entitlement. The entitlement to demand from the world leaves you with nothing. The world is rich and so are you. I'm telling you, this is your intention. I am a magnet. This is the great I am inside of you, a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. Your money is about to increase because you worked hard for your money. You worked hard on your self-worth. You invested in yourself. These two energies right here want to ride the coattails off of other people because their money and their worldly possessions define their worth. So they like going around trying to make other people feel worthless. Look what kind of house I have. Look what kind of car I drive. Look what kind of labels I'm wearing. This and that. There's nothing wrong with those things. But if you have to do it to cause somebody else a great loss to do it, you need to detach yourself from their karma. These energies, they're masking something else. They're masking something else. That's like somebody putting perfume or cologne and they haven't taken a bath or shower, haven't cleaned up nothing, right? Or somebody that's walking around with grills on their teeth and they haven't brushed their teeth or haven't been to the dentist in I don't know how long, covering up something. Or people who always feel like they gotta make other people feel bad to boost their own self-esteem. You don't have to do all of that when you're operating in the spirit of love. And you are a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. Yeah, you don't have to tear people down just to... Yeah, you're very fertile in what you see, right? So looking, seek and you will find. And so surprise, be ready for change. That's right, be ready for change. You have a lot of bright ideas and you're a perfect fit for being in your North Node. Find out what your North Node is. Like I said, I put the videos in a playlist. Go find out what your North Node is, and that's what you're focused on, your North Node. You're in a spirit of love. I am a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. You do not want people to drag you down into their mess, no matter how long you've been around them, how long you've known them. They could be your own family, blood relative energies. If they got unresolved stuff where it's always some mess, You can't put your travel group together. There's always some kind of stuff going on. It just makes everything just destroy. They destroy their kids from being around other people. I mean, these are family members. Their kids going off on people that they don't even know, being disrespectful because the parents still got an issue with an ex. It's just craziness, pure craziness, pure craziness. Yeah, pure craziness. So yeah, you're robbing yourself, and essentially when you don't add some structure and authority to these healthy relationships where people have resolved, they've done the shadow work themselves, and they want to give to you. They've done the shadow work. They've done the shadow work. They want to give you money. They want to help you with your bills. They want to treat you on trips and take you places and do things like that. But you always got that 1, 2 energies, 3 maybe around you that have an issue, unresolved stuff. And like I said, they could be in a whole nother family, a whole relationship, and still got issues with people that you got issues with. So it's like, it's time to break these karmic relationships. And that's what's happening for you also. I see you working hard, getting money. You learn how to be more conservative with your time and your self-worth. But you are detaching from these 2 karmics who have already been paid. And some of them are continuing to be paid. That's actually working for certain energies to drag energies down. And so Source is saying to you, you got a soulmate coming into your life. You don't want to have nothing to do with any of that mess. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Make it an exceptional week. But again, remember this. You are a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. Some of these energies, they got to work on a relationship with themselves. They have to. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.